Call of Duty Ghosts. How about you? Yeah, that version. That was my unexpected gateway into the Call of Duty series. I mean, it was the first real Call of Duty I ever got to experience, beyond Black Ops on the DS and Call of Duty 3 on the PS2.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Dude, shut the fuck up.
Actually has to stop talking.
Sadly, Ghost was a game most people hated back then, and was considered a major flop by a major part of the community. But Ghost wasn't your Modern Warfare or Black Ops. It was a completely different game with its own story and exclusive zombies mode called Extinction. It's just a shame that Ghost never got the sequel it deserved, only getting some representation in Infinite Warfare years after its release. Was the multiplayer any good? Well, I mean, I played it, I enjoyed it back then. It does have its flaws, but I can't talk about it since I don't own PlayStation Plus. So, if you've seen those Call of Duty Ghosts 11 years later videos, it's pretty much just that, but even more dead. A great Call of Duty campaign pulls you into its world with strong level design, memorable characters, and a clear threat. In Ghosts, that threat is the Federation, and from the very first mission, the game makes sure you feel it.
It's out. Okay, 3, 2, 1, push!
Okay, but how did the Federation even do this? Well, obviously they just hijacked one of the US's most destructible weapons ever made in history, aside from the atomic bomb. I mean, it's so simple. I mean, here they are. That's them, right there. Hijacking Odin, destroying every major city in the United States. 10 years later, and wow, Los Angeles hasn't changed a bit. Well, I mean, there's more smog. Besides the absolute abomination of California gas prices, this level was 10, shooting down a couple of helis with a rocket launcher and eventually rendezvousing at our father's hideouts.
Not like you remember it, huh? This place is depressing the hell out of me. Come on.
We push through the ruins of our old city. Even our own house stands broken, forgotten, lost to the strikes. This is the threat the Federation poses, and apparently they now have an ally on their side, Rourke. Flashbacks show how Elias was forced to let Rourke fall to his death during a mission that went wrong. That mission was to eliminate a Federation leader, but in doing so, Rourke was inevitably captured and brainwashed, turning him into the Federation's most deadliest weapon. We fight our way into Santa Monica, fighting off forces upon forces upon forces of Federation. We eventually don't find our father until we're saved by Gus. There, we learn that our father wasn't a deadbeat dad, but instead the Ghost leader.
You can't say Charlie Kirkified Diddy.
Why would you want to say Charlie Kirkified Diddy?
Federation Day, one of my all-time favorite missions in this game, is absolute cinema. From the beginning to the end, this mission is beautifully crafted. Taking place during a Federation festival, it's established that you and your squad were sent here to find Victor Ramos, Rourke's second in command, to gather intel on his location. It's a stealth mission first, so we zipline to the building and take some guards out, before installing a virus that takes out the elevators. There, we slowly make our way to Ramos, but Rourke, of course, was 2 steps ahead and knew we'd be coming from. So what did he do? Well, he did the only logical thing any man could do. He blew up the entire building we were in. Yeah. Anyways, skipping past the shitty helicopter section, we capture Rourke and interrogate him on a big airship. Too bad the Federation found us and saves Rourke. Here we are dropped into the jungle and now have to make our way back to our route to Exfil. This entire mission is a stealth one, which is actually for the first time entirely stealthy. High in the Andes Mountains sights a Federation outpost covered in snow. Within it holds information on the Federation's missile program.
We was looking for weapons of mass destruction.
Did you ever find them?
You know goddamn well we ain't find them. What are you, some kind of political humorist? You Gary Trudeau up in this bitch? I was looking for bitches, but they had that carpet shit all over them and I couldn't see what they looked like.
Taking out the guards in the front and legally seizing a vehicle, we were able to sneak into the base. Killing the power, we're able to eliminate the hostiles in our way and make a clear-cut path to the main computer, where we have to do a holdout section. Now, what was in our duffel bags? Mines, currents, claymores, tear gas, all of that just to make this section a little bit more easier. Too bad I had the brain of a goldfish and I just start throwing shit all over the fucking place. It works. We did it. And we are able to sneak back up until we're forced to open fire on a couple of soldiers, speeding our way to a submarine in the middle of Antarctica. Now, I did skip past the Federation oil rig part because all you do is blow up a oil rig that the Federation needed, but I mean, that's all you do, so it's not really that interesting. And I wish I could skip past this part. Into the Deep, the worst fucking mission in this game, where all you do is shoot sharks and blow up a fucking ship. I mean, it sounds interesting on paper, but playing it, it's not interesting. 0 out of 10 is what I would have said if this game didn't introduce us to the fish AI. Obviously, low-tier subhumans could never understand the complexity and importance of the fabled fish AI. So all in all, my rating has changed to a solid 10 out of 10. This game receives the badass seal of approval. All of the ghosts except for Keegan regroup in Vegas but are ambushed and sedated by the Federation. Work tortures us, shooting me in the process. Face to face with my father, he reassures me that everything's going to be okay, saying that he's proud of me, before inevitably being shot. I have an issue with this part of the game. It's the fact that after this happens, it just seems to be forgotten for the time being. In other titles, when a major character is killed, it's dramatic and is cemented in your mind from the other characters' reactions. It leaves an impact on you as the player. However, in Ghost, it's almost shadowed by the characters not caring in the moment. And for a game that had an Academy Award-winning writer, it's almost stripped of any significance. The final act escalates fast. Low-key rods, naval assaults, tanks pushing through Federation lines to provide support for the astronauts fighting outside a space station to reclaim the ultimate weapon, Loki. Everything builds towards one last confrontation with Rourke. The finale of any game should pull you to the edge of your seat. After hours of struggling, you finally stand at the end. Now comes the moment you confront your greatest enemy and decide the fate of the world. I think there's something wrong with my game. Oh no, everything's wrong. So many colors, so very wrong. After having a mental breakdown, we just slide our way to Rourke and get absolutely milliopped. Amazing. However, Hesh gives the green light and has the train get shot at by Loki. When they reawaken, they are underwater. Logan, seeing Rourke's gun, crawls to it and grabs it, where Hesh is able to tackle Rourke and throw a bullet to Logan. There, I'm able to shoot Rourke, but also shoot Hesh. I've played this campaign about 20 times now. I swear I've sat on this screen with Hesh and Logan for about 3 hours or so, and sadly, you cannot avoid what's about to happen. Reluctantly looking to my right, Rourke appears, milliops the actual fuck out of me, tells me we fucked his plans up, says I'm good, which I mean, I'll take the compliment, shit, but then drags me away to my inevitable doom, where Hesh slowly screams my name. And that's where the game ends. Of course, after the credits, Logan is stuck in a pit in the jungle, presumably going through the same torture methods Rourke went through. There's no sequel, no nothing, just a cliffhanger, and a load of questions that will sadly never be answered. Extinction. It was the ghost version of zombies.
Alright, Slime, get your bitch ass over here, nigga. Don't miss, please.
Oh, get him off of me! Dude, he's pushing me!
Now, you're fighting aliens that have lived under the Earth's surface for about a couple centuries, all of which were now awakened by the Odin strikes from the campaign, exposing their hives and unleashing them upon the Earth. While this is a simple premise, it does all connect to the campaign, which is something I can respect. I sadly cannot talk about Extinction in its fullness since I am, of course, broke, nigga, I'm broke! Anyways, Point of Contact was the first Extinction map introduced to everyone who bought the game. The map takes place in a ruined Colorado, overrun with cryptids, and it's my job to use my drill to destroy the hives and eventually nuke the whole fucking town. That's later. Right now, I place down my drill and encounter the first cryptids, who are for right now not a threat. In fact, up until the second zone, I didn't really struggle that much since most of the cryptids weren't attracted to me, instead fixating on my beautiful drill. A couple of minutes later and I finally reached the final hive. Here I'd have to protect this helicopter while it was being shot down by scorpions, these yellow-tailed cryptids who spat acid out of their tails that would give anyone within its radius glaucoma. I found this part to be really simple, so I finished it without a hitch and collected my cash reward. There I moved on further into the town, repeating the same things I had done previously, only now I had two new threats to worry about. Firstly, we'd have these bigger and faster variants of the cryptids who would shred your health bar into the jelly screen if you weren't careful. And lastly, we had these red explosive cryptids who popped out of these huge meteorites that would explode upon impact. Even with the added cryptids, they stood no chance against me and my maxed out IMS. Finally being able to progress, we meet yet again another new cryptid, a rhino, a more tankier version of the cryptid. However, me being this overpowered already, it stood no fucking chance. And then again, we repeated the same exact thing I had been doing previously for about 30 minutes. Look, Point of Contact was the first iteration of Extinction, and it's absolutely boring. There's no Easter eggs, there's no secrets, it's just doing hives and then eventually nuking the city. It's not that interesting, but hey, it's a start, right? Now, after finally finishing the final hive, I'm able to start the nuke, which now initiates a 3-minute timer where I have to leave. And well, of course, since I've played this mode hundreds of times, this shit was light work. I had no issue making it past anything and was eventually able to escape, where we watched this little town be wiped off the face of the earth. And that's Point of Contact. Not really anything special, but if it was your first time playing a Call of Duty game, it was not bad. Not bad at all.
Shut the fuck up!
Ghost. It's one of my favorite Call of Duty games of all time. From playing Medal of Honor Rising Sun and Call of Duty 3 on the PS2 to getting my first modern console with a brand new copy of Call of Duty Ghost with it, it's a game I have a lot of memories with. Whatever your thoughts about it, you cannot deny the fact that the game tried to do something different, however successful. Still, even if this game doesn't receive its deserved sequel, the fans who appreciate the game will surely keep it alive for however long that is. Anyways, I'm done. No, I'm not a twink with glasses, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.